Hey guys, welcome back to DOREMICOM channel. I am here to do a quick review of the ImpudentMortal Universal X shelf, and it is the one that has 3 shelves in it. Full disclosure, I was given this as a gift from Walt from ImpudentMortal about a year ago. I had a puppy in my care, and Walt from ImpudentMortal applied, and I drove Pomegranate, was the name of the foster, who became Lily, down, and just recently I was talking to him about wanting to start up hobbying aspects again, and that I really was in need of a paint station, and he said, I got you covered. He sent it, but I thought it'd be nice to repay that favor, so thank you, Walt, by reviewing the actual painting shelf and to kind of go through the assembly process, which I'll do kind of off camera, and then come back and kind of review with you how difficult or easy it was to assemble and what the final product looks like. But before we do that, let's do, I've already unboxed it and laid it out, so let's go ahead and take a look at it right now. All right, what you have here, these pieces in the back are the actual stand of the paint station. So we're gonna have, you know, 2 of them like this, and a lot of these will be the in-between shelves. So there's 2 of those. Then we have these shelves, and 2 of the shelves have a notch in it, and each shelf consists of a closed off backplane that has no holes, an area that has smaller holes, and one that has larger holes. And the idea, I believe, is that the pots will drop through here and maybe not make it all the way to the bottom. The dropper bottles will go all the way through and it'll kind of hold it, but the area that has no holes will kind of keep the thing from falling all the way through. I also believe that these are for maybe paint brushes. I'm not quite sure what the larger ones would be. If people have ideas, go ahead and let me know. Maybe larger paint brushes, or I don't know, maybe more of the spongy kind of brushes. So if I take a look, maybe a brush more like this would fit through there, and that fits, so maybe that's what that's for. And so 2 sets of these shelves, 3 pieces a piece, have the notch, and that will be important when we look at these particular boards. And then one, it doesn't have the notch. The one without the notch is the one that will go here, here, and here, so be like the low end close to you area, and the one with the notches will be either this shelf right here on the low end or this shelf up here on the top end. So the top part of the shelf doesn't have a bracket on top, nor does the final bottom one, so they'll just fit in there. Now let's take a look at the remaining 6 pieces and how they work together on this. You'll find 2, one that has a notch and one that kind of fits so that they can match in together like this. Those 2 pieces will go here and here and collect together. You have 2 boards that have extensions, not notches, extensions on either end, and I believe those go in the middle shelf here, and we'll see that they'll fit onto the notch for this to kind of act to hold the large holes up from the smaller holes. So let me show you. So this is the larger holes that'll go on top, and then the ones with the smaller holes will go on the bottom and kind of act as a piece that helps divide the 2 areas of the shelf. So you have 2 of those, one for the top shelf, one for the middle shelf. So in between the 2 here, in between the 2 here. And then you have 2 where there's only 1 extension, and that will go underneath each one of the shelves and hold up the board that has no holes. So it'll go something like this. And that is for the bottom shelf here and the bottom shelf here. You don't need it for this one because effectively your whatever the surface is that the entire paint station is standing on will hold this lower piece up on the bottom shelf. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble this whole thing, and then we'll cut back and talk a little bit about it.
So I know it changed shirt and whatnot. We had to film it on a separate day. This is the final product. Let's go ahead and take a look at it a little bit closer. So here you have the final shelving built. We have 3 shelves. Again, the top 2 layers have the larger hole, the smaller hole, and then the shelf that has no holes so the paints don't slide all the way down. We'll take a look from the back. And again, those pieces that either help create a separator between the top 2 shelves or support the bottom shelf, one after another and then towards the bottom. I really like the build quality. It was fast to assemble, incredibly durable. I think the only thing that I would do, because I would probably get one more, is the next one that I get will be the one that only holds the dropper bottles. I don't have any Citadel paints, so I don't really see the necessity of having such a wide cut through for the paints. Even the P3 paints seem pretty narrow. There's just a lot of room, and I want the paints to be slightly more secure. In the shipment that Walt sent, he also included 2 ImpudentMortal dice. I have to say, if I was going on a trip on an airplane, I probably wouldn't bring these with me, only because they would likely tip the scales and make me pay for extended weight luggage. There's just that much heft to these dice. They feel awesome. And with a 6 and a 3 on the first roll, I'm pretty happy with that. Walt, thank you so much for providing this for me. And again, this is the review. I give it high marks, and like I said, I will be purchasing one more as soon as the Bones 3 Reaper Master Series paints come in. It's just it's a great stand. Thanks, guys.